Now, guys, with the
by
index
default.
annuities particularly, I want to make sure you're aware, you've got people here in the back office at Alpine who operate as your back office and will do a lot of this work for you. But as I know many of you personally, you guys want to know not only how the sauce tastes, but you also want to know how the sauce is made. And some of you want to go and run your own illustrations and your own comparisons. You will have the ability to do that, but don't underscore or lose sight of the fact of how important Terry Robinson and Sal Guggenheim can operate on your team, because those are the two that are assigned to this group of people that are attending today. So I want to thank you, Andy. Keep going, please, because the index annuity is an important part of everyone's practice.
Certainly. So index products are, of course, much more complicated than MYGAs in traditional fixed products. So the screens, of course, are laid out a little bit different because they have a different intent. So we have two unique views that are important to distinguish. We have the FIA product list, which you'll see in a moment, and we have the FIA products by account, which lists every single crediting method available, or strategy, crediting method strategy. FIA product list, we'll open that up, and you will get this tutorial on the first visit, and it'll give you one of these, step-by-step walkthroughs. I'll, of course, skip it. And what we have up on the screen are products grouped by surrender with key product carrier data points. So similar to the MYGA layout. But what we're doing is we're condensing and hiding all of the strategies within the product underneath this view account dropdown to give you the ability to have a nice, tidy, printable list of products available for your client. So state, premium, and age comes into play again. And you can choose, how long the surrender lasts, the rating, of course, that you noted. And probably one of the more important ones for FIAs is this product for income or is it for accumulation? And that will be denoted here by the GLWB riders column. So a product without a rider would be a pure accumulation play. A product that possibly has a rider or is required will display information here. So you can open it up and you'll see some of these values. But the more accurate thing would be absolutely quote them, roll up benefit rates and fees. They don't tell you the whole story because they can all be calculated in different ways. So that is the GLWB column. And then, of course, you have your rating, issue age, premium. FIA grid has premium type, so it lets you know if it's flexible, 1 year or less, or a single premium. A popular column with folks out there is the premium bonus column. A lot of people like to click on this and sort by it. So any rate watch header you can hover on and get the finger pointer, you will have a sortable column. Product fee. There are 3 types of fees that we cover in Rate Watch on fixed products. This is a product level fee, which for the Performance Elite has to do with liquidity benefits that they get that become available to you for a charge. That becomes the Elite Plus product. And so that's the product fee. The second type of fee that we have, and I'll go back to that view accounts, is the account level fee. So many FIAs now have a buy-up fee, we sometimes call it, where you pay an annual fee. Typically, that's how it works. And you will get a higher issue interest rate. So that's a 170 par versus the 130 without the fee. So that's a second type of fee. And then lastly, were the fees over there in the riders during that expansion. So 3 types of fees that you might just want to be aware of and where they display. This is the highest annual point-to-point cap regardless of the index. These grid templates are fixed, so depending on you trying to do a search, these templates won't change for the strategy you're searching. That's where the by accounts grid I'm going to show you next comes into play. So this is a fixed template, and it's merely pulling the highest annual point-to-point cap regardless of the index. This is the fixed strategy rate currently. Your free withdrawals and surrenders. So again, items that we have on the MYGA grid on this layout.
Question from the group. Can you search for the highest roll-up and or payout?
No, because they would not be useful to search for them. you need to be able to quote them and do the math, because those values will not tell you that they're the best. By saying, is this the best roll-up or is this the best benefit rate at age X? There are endless ways that carriers will adjust the order of operations for those calculations, where they're applied, and how they're applied. I may jump into a system that does that, Greg, and that will be under his discretion, but we can possibly take a look at that.
Another question is, can you go back to National Life for New York's Green Mountain fixed 5-year benefits?
I believe that's a MIGA, correct?
I believe so, yes. Green Mountain, there it is. Second one. Ken, this is your question. Does this help you? Can you go into the Green Mountain, the benefits part?
Sure, and who's calling?
It's Ken that's asking the question.
Thought there was a familiar name.
So all of the bennies are right there. Basic contract information, annual contract fees, which are all NA because there are no fees. The rating of the carrier is there on the left, and then the issue ages. Okay, Ken said, great. Thank you very much.
Alrighty. And next we'll go to the FIA products by account. So here is where we have every single crediting method displayed. So we have the par, spread, and cap column. And we have the fixed that are wedged in there. They hover in there. So these are all the issue interest rates in every single crediting strategy that exists. And so this is listing very tall. We are fully dynamic, so you can zoom in and have different views and layouts. All depends on your preference. And this is the Asset Shield 10. So where this page really shines, though, is doing a search for a crediting strategy. So I'm going to do a guarded variety S&P annual point-to-point cap search. So we have to use all these filters. And we're going to go with no account fees, which is this account fee column. So we'll go with plain Jane strategies. And we'll do the advanced search because we need to tell the system that we want only cap values to come back. We want no spread and 100% participation. People sometimes ask, why does it have to be so difficult and have so many selections? Well, there are endless amounts of crediting strategies and nuances. So, for instance, there are annual point-to-point caps on S&P 500s that also have participation rates less than 100%. So it's important that you define what values you want to come back. And if you want to perform this search, we do have a guide up here that shows you how to do best annual point-to-point caps. And of course, you can change the parameters to be participation rate only or be spread, but you have to define them here through the values. So we have those all locked in. We'll hit the search button. It comes back in alphabetical order. You hit the cap header. You have the highest rate listing first because I clicked on just the cap header. But we can do one better. We can also group it by its surrender periods, just like the MIGA grid is grouped by its guarantee periods. So we get the divider banners. So that can be pretty handy. And you can narrow it down even more. Or rather, I would flip this to be low to high. So use this little arrow up by the grouping. And now it will go from low to high. So now you have a printable sheet of every single annual point-to-point on an S&P 500. That's a cap. Issue rate is on the top, by the way, and that bottom value you see in parentheses, that is the minimum contractual cap they could give you after its initial crediting period. So it's a 1-year crediting strategy. So after that, they could possibly get you down to 2.85 for the remaining 2 years on the policy. So those are the minimum values. And again, click on any product profile, and you can see all this information in here. So you got the issue rates.
It's really amazing. And guys, part of the ones that are on the call from your broker dealer, LifeMark specifically, is covering the cost for each of you to have this software on the variable side. So the VAs, the RILAs, anything written through the broker dealer is provided by LifeMark as part of your monthly fee to be a member of the team. If you're not with LifeMark and you are with Alpine, this will give you everything on the fixed side. So your MIGAs, your fixed annuities, your FIAs, all of that will be available to our producer partners. Keep going, Andy.
Sure. So that is a crediting strategy search. I do have some administrative functions on my side, and you can definitely communicate to Ken whether you want one of these or not. But there are some searches that I can pin to the menu. So I can actually pin certain searches to be locked as menu items. So I would think of them as whole new menu items that just already execute something that maybe I've shown here. So that's something that could be shared with Ken, and I could possibly attack.
I want to thank everybody for coming on to today's call. I'm going to throw up a very quick, very quick advertisement. We have a Fast Start program, Engage, Activate, and Grow, January 15th through April 30th. Please call your advisor here on the team, your wholesaler, Terry Robinson or Sal Guggenheim, to learn more. I'd ask you to take a screenshot, follow us on our social media pages. We really would like to increase our following. And there's our number. So if you have anything that you need to reach us, please give us a call directly. Andy, I want to thank you again for your help, for doing everything that you do, and for being a good partner of Alpine Brokerage North.
Absolutely.